Breakfast Show. All right, it's so good to be back here this wonderful morning. Welcome to your Shining Supreme station, and the program is Diamond Breakfast Show, where we unpack issues that are trending from the national dailies. My name is Nedu, Okorie. My friends call me Mazio Dogu. Since you are my friend, you can call me Mazio Dogu. A wonderful morning to you. All right, as usual, we have three important topics to discuss this morning. Yesterday, the governor of Osun State made a statewide broadcast and he raised some issues. We're going to look at the issues raised by Governor Adeleke, and it ranges from the allegation of illegal occupation of the local government secretariat, as well as the call for intervention by the presidency on the issues surrounding the local government funds. Then from there, we'll move on to our second conversation regarding the confirmation of attempted coup in Nigeria from the military. And we'll look at all this and how to prevent a reoccurrence of this issue in order to sustain Nigeria's democracy. Then lastly, we'll take a look at an international story. We'll go to France, where there is a move to ban the use of social media access by underage, that is those that are below the age of 15. And we'll also look at how this kind of, policy can be incorporated, or probably if it can be incorporated in Nigerian society. These are the topics we'll be discussing this morning, but I won't be discussing alone. I'm being joined by a public affairs commentator and analyst, Comrade Joel Afolayan. Comrade Joel, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Good morning, Nigerians, and wherever you are listening to Diamond 88.7 FM. I'm glad to be here.
All right.
Good morning once again.
A very wonderful morning to you. It's so good to have you this morning. All right, let's move on to our first conversation, the statewide broadcast of Governor Ademola Adeleke. Well, before making any comment on what was said, let's take a listen to Governor Adeleke.
For close to 1 year now, local government secretariats across Osun State have been under illegal occupation by the court-sacked APC chairmen and councillors, whose election was nullified by the Federal High Court, Osogbo, in November 2022 and affirmed by the Court of Appeal on the 10th February 2025 and again on the 13th June 2025. Their election was struck down because it was conducted in clear violation of the requirements of the law. I did not remove these APC chairmen and councillors from office. The court did. Since then, they have had no lawful mandate whatsoever. Yet, in brazen contempt of the law and in repudiation of democratic decency, they have refused to vacate the secretariats emboldened by the backing of the Nigerian police, as allegedly instructed by the former governor, Gboyega Oyetola. By contrast, pursuant to substituting court orders, the Osun State High Court directed the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission to conduct fresh local government elections. In compliance, after giving the required 360 days notice, lawful local government elections were held on the 22nd February 2025, and duly elected chairmen and councillors were sworn in on the 23rd February 2025.
All right, that was the voice of Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State during the statewide broadcast, raising some issues, and one of such is the illegal, according to him, the illegal occupation of the local government secretariats backed by the former governor, Gboyega Oyetola, as well as the Nigerian police force, and he is demanding is also demanding the release of over 130 billion naira of in allocations that was withheld from the state local government. But I want you to, analyze these issues. Remember, the governor actually made a statement. He actually cited a precedence talking about the court ruling over Governor Ladoja's case. And let's take a look at some of what the governor said as it stands now. there have been reactions concerning the statement from the Association of Local Government of Nigeria, as well as the APC in the state. They are accusing the governor of misleading the people, and they are insisting that the officials are not asking for an extension, but rather a court clarification. What do you make of these claims by the governor, as well as the reactions?
Good morning, Nigerians, once again. You see, in the back and forth in Osun State, I could see that the public space have been laden with a lot of half-truths. Half-truths in the sense that it is only in Nigeria that two contending party will be referring to a single court pronouncement as being favorable to the two of them, which is not possible anywhere, even beyond Nigeria. Because when a matter could be resolved amicably, there wouldn't be any need for adjudication as an involvement of the court of law. But the moment you take a matter to the court of law, definitely, or no, let me say definitely, it is expected that definiteness should be brought into the court's pronouncement. But with the experience we have had in the recent past in Nigeria, I could say in the case of, in the funny cases of the National Secretary of PDP, where the court pronounced that they should go and resolve it amicably. So the two parties had to say, oh, the pronouncement of the court is in my favor. The other one said it's my favor. It also happened in the case of the Labour Party leadership at some point, before it's now being finally laid to rest by the pronouncement in favor of the Senator Nedu Usman matter. But now coming back to Osun, the governor said that a high court of competence jurisdiction, because its jurisdiction is not in any way in contestation, made a pronouncement in favor of the governor. The defendants, I mean the occupants of the offices of the local government leadership, went to court to appeal. The governor said that based on the appeal, he said the appellant court affirmed the judgment of the High Court, which means that to the governor is a 2-0.
So whatever was said in the High Court was also said in the Appeal Court.
But these people are also saying that, oh, this matter could still be taken further beyond that level. But it is yet to be established whether it's been appealed up to that level, which is the Supreme Court. Neither of the party mentioned that. However, the local government, the elected, or let me say, the sacked local government chairman and councillor now said that they were not asking for elongation of tenure. They only wanted the court to determine whether their tenure has expired or not. That is where the inference of the court pronouncement in case of Ladoja, now Olubadan of Ibadan, when he was sacked and he was returned, he went to court for the court to pronounce that the period he was not in office supposed not to be counted as part of his 4 years in office. But court declined. And you know one thing about court pronouncements or court judgment. Court judgment on its own is a law. It's a law. The only thing that can change it is when you have to go back to the instrument of law upon which the adjudication was made. And that is why in the case of the Federal Inland Revenue matter between Rivers State government, Lagos State government, and some other government against Federal Inland Revenue Service, as well as Kano State government and others, had a political solution. And the political solution was that when the judgment went the way of the subnational, some of the subnational, that's Rivers and Lagos State government and others, against the federal government, Federal Inland Revenue Service, the National Assembly had to go and review the Federal Inland Revenue Service law. That is the only thing that makes, on technical ground, the judgment of that court to be vacated.
Okay.
Not formally anyway,
Okay.
but on technical ground. Now, in this matter, it means, therefore, what the Osun State governor mentioned,
Yes.
that in case of Ladoja,
Yes.
is also applicable. Because whether you were illegally removed or you were lawfully removed,
Yes.
either here or there, even if you were to be in office, your tenure would have lapsed by now.
But are there compensations that should be awarded if they were illegally removed? Are there compensations that should be awarded to those individuals
We have terrible precedents in Nigeria.
that have been set?
And terrible precedents. What compensation was given to Ladoja? Peter Obi was once removed. I couldn't, at the tip of my finger, but I could remember these two cases
Okay. Okay.
of Ladoja
Yes.
that eventually made the late former governor of Oyo State to secure ticket before Ladoja could be returned. That's Alawa Akala.
Okay.
And in the case of Peter Obi in Anambra, he was also removed. But the period with which they were not in office was not added to their tenure. Though the court will say they should be paid all their severance and allowances and the rest of them. We have also seen in the National Assembly where members of the National Assembly being suspended. We have seen in State House of Assembly, even here in this state,
Okay.
where State House of Assembly's members were suspended. And during the period of suspension, their constituency suffered because there was no voice representing them. And at the end of the day, court will only make pronouncement that all their backlogs and emoluments should be given back to them. But that is the much you will hear about it. Because if you miss a circle of constituency, a circle of what do they call it? Budget circle.
Yeah. Constituency spendings.
No, there is this what I want to brag.
Okay.
Will still recall. The moment you miss that circle, the budget will not be reversed simply because they want to take care of your constituency. That's gone. That the street people will say Otilo. So now, in this case, our attention should be then who suffers the most? It is the people at the long run. Because I want to tell you, it is not even officials of United Bank for Africa was also fingered in that what the governor referred to as illegal connivance and he said presently they are facing criminal prosecution. To what extent that will go, that's another different ballgame entirely. But in all, let us now check. Is the federal government really committed to the autonomy of local government?
That's a big question.
Because if they are truly committed to autonomy of local government, we should not be talking about the non-release of the fund. We should be talking about the release of the fund, but inability of the local government to assess the fund.
Okay.
The money ought to have been released.
Do you think the non-release?
Because of the TOSU, they probably should not be allowed to assess it.
Don't you think the non-release is as a result of this tussle going on?
You see, you cannot say because, okay, in the case of Rivers State, there was a crisis.
Okay.
Did they stop the release of allocation even when they are running on what do we call it? That IBAS. Emergency
the administration, the emergency rule.
They still release allocation. But in this case, that's why I said, if the autonomy of local government is of serious concern to federal government, that money not to her. But after the whole legal process, whosoever is found wanting, seated administering on that resources illegally at the end of the legal tussle, should be brought to book.
Now,
instead of now holding the local government system to ransom. Now, some people will say, oh, after all, because I listened to somebody this morning saying, after all, there was a time in Lagos State when the federal government withheld local government allocation that the Osun State governor should think out of the box. The question I ask is this. The same victim of non-release of the money, are they not the same set of people that will be taxed? If the government
thinks outside the box.
In the whole matter, it shouldn't even be the business of the governor. So, if there is local government autonomy, it shouldn't be the business of the governor.
But the local governments are under the governor.
They are not.
What I mean under the governor, not by law.
By the principle of autonomy, local government autonomy.
I'm talking by the principle of administration.
That is by principle of illegality.
So you're saying that the governor should have no business with local
government is criminal. It's illegal.
You are saying that the governor should have no business with the
local
government.
They are supposed not to have business with the resources of local government. And that's why I said, if they're supposed to have business, why is it that even this present administration, just few months beyond more than 2 years, has mentioned the issue of local government autonomy? I think once or twice, publicly. So it means it's supposed to be a growing concern if the president himself to note that. So it's a growing concern, and the president is supposed to use the instrumentality of the presidency to make sure that the local government autonomy stands. But it is not yet in vogue. They only speak beautifully about it. But more importantly, we are talking about different categories of workers cutting across a number of sectors, sensitive sectors of the economy. We are talking about local government workers. You talk about teachers. You talk about health workers. Just name them. And now,
being held to ransom.
The governor said they had to look for so many means to take care of this for almost a year. Don't you know that some other things will also suffer? Because wherever you mop up money to take care of this, those things will have to wait.
Of course.
So it means why you are, maybe it's because it's overwhelmed. And we are approaching election in Osun. So there is a way. It is not everybody, based on the availability of resources, that may be able to withstand the consequence of a situation like this. Tinubu was able to withstand it when he was the governor of Lagos.
Okay.
They were able to mop up state resources to take care of local government, pending the time, even despite the fact that court pronounced that the federal government should release. In fact, I don't expect things like this to come up. But when you weaponize, we understand the way the dynamics of the political outlook in Nigeria at the moment play out.
Yes.
Because I want to tell you for free. If at the time Osun State governor decamped from PDP, if he actually moved to APC, this matter would not have even come up at all.
So you're saying this issue is more political than the way we see it?
That is exactly.
And
let me say it is partisan.
Partisan.
And in a way, the whole thing is politics.
And in a way, it is affecting both those who are partisan and those who are not in the state.
It is affecting the people.
That is what I'm saying.
They are not even expected to concern themselves about partisanship. It's supposed to be purely humanity. And when we are talking about law, you see, two things come before legality. We talk about humanity first.
Okay.
And that humanity, I have said it repeatedly, that humanity is at the heart of an individual. Why morality is a societal thing. And the legality is expected to moderate and regulate the two. But where is the humanity here? Even when we want to be partisan, where is the morality of holding individuals to ransom?
All right, comrade, let's wrap it up right now. The governor called on the presidency to wade in and intervene in this matter at hand now. What is expected from the federal government, from the presidency at this point as regards Osun State?
You see, as a typical Yoruba boy,
there
is a saying. Say, ẹni tó mà ti wáyé olúnàgún, òun náà ni ó ti mà ti padà rẹ̀.
Okay.
That is, I don't really know how to put that straight in English. However, the presidency cannot feign ignorance of what is happening in Osun State. That is just the bitter truth, because if there is no backing of these individuals that we are talking about, including the judiciary, because judiciary have been fingered in atrocities of partisanship and politics in Nigeria. And if the judiciary will not want to come out to say, yes, we are, or no, we are not, we are seeing individuals who have openly indicted judiciary. That we have listened to Wiki at some point. We have listened to some people saying that some people write the right judgment for court, for judges to deliver. And we have never seen a court of law judge
to debunk it,
coming out to say, no, it is not true. So, at that point in time, who should be held accountable? I think the presidency is the only person the governor could call on to. For two reasons. One, they are the one with whom the money is.
Yes.
Secondly, they are probably in the position to call the chairman who refused to vacate the local government
to order.
All
right. Thank you so much, Comrade Joel Afolayan, for your contribution. We have to go on a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll start taking messages and calls. And this morning, we are discussing on the statewide broadcast of Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State concerning what he described as the illegal occupation of the local government secretariat, as well as the withholding of the local government funds, as well as the connivance as well of some bank operatives in ensuring that these local government funds does not reach them. The number to call is 0913-655-6952. You can also drop your WhatsApp message via 0913-655-6864. I'll be right back.
Better be iron and care, be good for your body. Yeah. Are you not aware? Body that the day for there. Now your daily friend for your blood, if it's 10 over 10. Oh yes. Feel your bed, just do it on party test. Blood builder for everybody. Healthy body for everybody. Perupina, product of fits in healthcare.
My fellow country people, I hope say you don't hear about health insurance policy wey Kwara government dey talk about today. The information na confirm and the thing good for you and me as a person and as family. This health insurance e dey for everybody, for papa and mama. This health insurance also dey for people wey get HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, even pikin under 5 years, plus including pregnant women. Me and my family don register with just small money. My friend, you fit go any hospital wey dey do health insurance, whether na public or private hospital. Pay small money and register sharply. With that money wey you pay for your family, e go cover you for 1 year. Na so the thing be o. If you love yourself and this beautiful woman and pikin, go register and get your health insurance coverage so that you no go pay too much when sickness come. You fit call this number for free. Then no go comot your money joor 080-010-010 again 01 or go to house 27B Amadu Bello Way, GRA for Ilorin. This message now from Kwara State Health Insurance Agency.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
And you're welcome back from that commercial break. It's to Diamond Breakfast Show. This morning, we're taking a look at the development regarding the crisis or the political tussle in Osun State. Well, the number to call to air your opinion is 09136556952. What is your take concerning the position of the governor and the way forward as regards Osun State? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Nedu.
Good morning.
God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right.
Okay. Go to that journey.
You're welcome. Please go ahead.
I want federal government and Nigeria to know that governor of Osun State and his family, they have money abundantly to take care of themselves. What of the masses? Federal government is the masses that will suffer for this thing that's happening. Therefore, I'm appealing to federal government.
Okay.
He leaves this money for them because of masses, not to suffer. For God's sake, we are one. Care must be taken.
Right.
Who knows tomorrow except God Almighty?
All right. Thank you so much.
Nedu?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Godwin, for your contribution. Yes, talking about the masses who are suffering from the lack of, these local government funds. We have primary school teachers, healthcare workers, local council workers, even traditional rulers and retirees are not left out from those who are meant to benefit from these funds. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning, lady.
Good morning, Officer Mutu.
Longer time. How was your leave? How was your
We thank God. You're welcome.
Compliment of the season.
Yeah.
You know, on the issue of Osun broadcast.
Yeah.
You know, two wrongs can never make a right.
Okay.
The problem we have in this country is our politicians. They are just after their own selfish interests and not the interests of the masses. Yes, there was an election before Governor Nedu comes in. They did not finish their term. You drive them away, now conducted another election. It's never done. Let's do things the way it should be done. Even if I do not belong to your party, that does not mean I'm not listening to you as the governor of the state. That's it. And on the issue that your best place, we should be watching of what you said on the air. Who attacked must prove. Your guest should come out, or those that said the right judgment for the judges should come out. You know what we do, we should not broadcast what we do, what we are not clear of. Corruption is clean on this country. Don't get about that. But nobody can write any judgment for any judge. If you think there's impeachment, then you cannot do that out.
Okay.
We should work on what we said. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Officer Mutu. According to him, is saying he who alleges must prove. Well, I think it's safe to say that everyone is entitled to his own opinion.
You see, sometimes there is what we call selective reading and selective hearing. People go to social media, they read a lot of things. They only concentrate on what interests them. But the same set of people who tweet, who post on their social media pages, official and confirmed, people don't pay attention to some things they read on social media platform because it seems no, this one is not. This one is excusable. This one is not. Is too real to be true. And when people spotlight it, you will now see some of those who posted it deleting or denouncing the fact that, oh, this is not my official account. Oh, my account was hacked. Because you made them to see the implication of what they have posted or tweeted. So if he is so conversant with the tweets of some key politicians in Nigeria, he will understand what I am talking about.
All right.
And that is why I didn't mention anybody's name. So
very important.
No, that's why I didn't mention anybody's name, because you will tweet today, maybe they woke up from the wrong side of the bed. And when people call their attention to it, they delete. We have seen deletions like that.
All right, let's take more reactions.
So those who are in the...
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please, what's your name?
Mohammed Alabi.
You're welcome.
My name. I'm calling from Garage Offer.
All right.
To me, I salute the man in the studio.
Thank you.
Nigeria, we have a culture. What Governor Ademola did was he did not allow the tenure of the local government chairman put there by the other man to elapse, to finish before he imposed his own people. Because local government elections always winner take all. So it's that crying foul. It will allow those chairman elected by the previous governor to elapse before he conduct his own election.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Alabi, for your contribution. And this message from Kola Day from Amsterdam, it says public service outstanding salaries and pension arrears. The federal government should pay all outstanding salaries and pension arrears of public servants, including state and local government employees and security agencies. And it says that the government should avoid distraction, that there is no time. Okay, from Elder Yemi Ashaju, this one says, good morning, Nedu. Top of the morning to our guest. The Osun State's problem is, to me, the result of a paradoxical scenario that the judiciary has created. When two wise men are eating pounded yam and egusi soup, both may end up eating the food with ordinary stew. The weeping is getting louder now because the governor is in dire need of money to bankroll his campaigns. With the situation on ground, the problem can be better resolved by the same body that created it. There should be development gridlock at the local government levels if the problem lingers. One of the societal problems is lack of compliance. The governors are responsible for the failure of effective administration at the local government levels.
That is in tune with that Yoruba proverb I said.
Okay. All right. And the last message for this topic. Greetings to you from this end. Thanks to the man in the house. Nigeria will be great again, but in Nigeria today, if you are not in the ruling party, now wahala. I'm ex-boy Samson from Sobi Barracks. All right, thank you so much for your contribution. Let's move on to a second confirmation. The Nigerian military has confirmed that, some of its officers were investigated over an alleged plan to overthrow the president, the government of President Bola Tinubu around October last year. And they will now face trial before a military panel. And according to the armed forces, investigations have been concluded. And it has found out that some unnamed officers acted in ways that violated the ethics and loyalty of the military, as well as the constitution. And they also stressed that the actions being taken are purely disciplinary and meant to maintain professionalism within the rank and file. And let's not forget that earlier, that is last year, some months ago, reports claimed that 16 officers were detained over a coup plot that was linked to the October 1st Independence Day parade. But it was initially denied, saying that the detention were for disciplinary actions. But at this time, the military is dismissing the earlier reports. But what do you make of this uncovering by the military?
It is still not yet established that their arrests were
linked.
No, has to do with a coup. And I want to tell you convincingly that a clear pronouncement linking their activity to coup plot will amount or will heighten tension in the country. And that is why it is being mildly put an act of unprofessionalism and indiscipline. But by the time they are court-martial, they will not make the outcome of the investigation
public.
But now, if they were arrested in connection with suspicious move leading to or around plot coup, in October 1st, there was another report that the Independence Day celebration was cancelled because of that, and leading to the removal or reshuffling of the service chief, except one, the man who was in charge of the military intelligence. And later on, another unconfirmed information from reliable media outlets has it that the role that military intelligence officer with the ADC to the president played that unlocked this or led to the arrest of these people was highly appreciated. And that was why that man was the only one who returned out of the three. And now, they still want us to be... You see, there is nothing so bad. Though some people will say, oh, this is a red tapeism in public administration. They will say red tapeism, or they tell you it's confidential or classified in America. That now, when you red tape information, we know at some level it could be unsealed or unmasked. But some Nigerians are informed enough to know that
this is actually what is happening.
Whether you aim up to it or you still deny it. But the truth of the matter is the attempt failed. Those that were behind attempts have been arrested. And to firm up the security plans are around the presidency and the president, the reshuffling of the leadership had been done. These are good moves, and I also want to condemn an act of that nature, because if we just pretend as if it doesn't really matter, it dealt a serious blow, or it will deal a serious blow to Nigeria being regarded as unofficial big brother of Africa, particularly at such a time where Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger had the democratic government toppled by military forces. So definitely it wasn't a good image for us, and I want to say a big thank you to those behind the arrest.
Now, looking at the...
But the punishment of an act linked to a coup is greater than that of mere indiscipline and non-professionalism. So it's like you want to give them a soft landing. Now, when you give them a soft landing in an act of unprofessionalism and indiscipline, the worst you could do for them is to derank them. When you derank them, they are still in the Nigerian army or Nigerian armed forces of Nigeria AFN. They will still be there, whether Air Force, Navy, or army. But if you make it to be coup-like,
the punishment should be...
It's a capital punishment.
Now, my question right now is that even amongst the rank and file of the military, if any officer, anyone sees that, no, I don't like what is going on in the country as we speak, and they start making plots, what do you think should be the right procedure? Because to the layman, to the masses, to civil society organizations, the procedure is to air your grievances, to protest or demonstrate or something like that. But what should be the move of the military?
You see, all for all services in Nigeria. Let me use that word. Civil service for ministry, departments, and agencies.
Yeah.
But when you hear the word public service, it goes beyond MDAs. You have the judiciary, you have the armed forces, you have everybody that works for government.
Yeah.
In whatever capacity you do that, including elected officials. They are all public servants.
Yeah.
Now, it has been so segmented and designed in such a way that there is what we call code of conduct for each of the services.
All right.
There are services that permits you to
speak up.
No, to tender a resignation letter, and it's going to be granted immediately.
Okay.
There are services that, or there are situations where even if you want to pull out of certain services, you cannot pull out immediately when you desire to pull out.
There are processes.
And there are services that allow you to unionize. And there are services that forbid unionism. Even in the services that forbid unionism, there is what we call chain of command and line of report. The chain of command and line of report is applicable to all services.
Okay.
And that is why they tell you that you cannot be receiving command from two oga at the same time, so as to avert situation of crisis. That chain of command and line of report has to do with one principle of administration or principle of management.
Yeah.
Because all these things have been tested and found so worthy. And in the case of the armed forces, whether military or paramilitary, you are not permitted to protest. But they also protest. They also protest. But it may not be in the context of the popular protest that we see. There are services that forbid you talking about what you are passing through beyond the service line. You cannot tell an outsider what your experience look like. And that now makes some people in the position of influence within those services to take advantage of that and suppress voices. And that's why you see people, do you know that people jump from military and armed forces in Nigeria? And they don't own up to their real identity any longer. Some run away from battlefield. This, if they are arrested for doing that, it's a capital offense. But some of them dare it because the situation is unbearable for them. Ordinarily, when you are at the battlefront, you are not supposed to spend more than 6 months. They withdraw you, they replace you. But some people have been in battlefront for years. But who will they cry out to? We have seen a general in Nigeria who led a team. Is it Lieutenant General Adeni? They don't know how the video leaked. They were stranded with APC, that is Armored Personnel Carrier, in the middle of the... He was a general in Nigeria, and they were stranded. He did a recording. Only God knows his intention for the recording, video recording of the situation. Their vehicle broke down. And the video leaked. He lost a rank. Other members or other officers around him also lose a rank each for saying the obvious.
All right. Now, the most important thing we are trying to, achieve here is to ensure that this kind of attempted coup does not reoccur in Nigeria.
You see, attempted coup has nothing to do with the fact that they are not happy about the government. It's not their business to protest
against whatever is happening in the state.
The government, because, in fact,
does it mean
they don't even vote during election?
Is it because they are should they be regarded as the government themselves?
You see, the moment you are a public servant, you are part of the government. And the fact that you are part of the government does not make you to be partisan. Do you not get it now?
Okay.
It doesn't make you to be partisan. Now say, because I am a civil servant now, whatever the government of the day asks me to do, whether it is in line with the code of ethics of public service or not, I must do it. When that government go, you will face the consequence. And that is why you see permanent secretaries of ministries being arraigned for fraud and misappropriation of public fund. When they were doing it to favor maybe the minister or the commissioner they report to directly, who also reports to either the president or the governor, as the case may be. But today, it is the same service. It is the same person. It is the same office.
All right.
But they have to account for whatsoever they do in line with the provision of the code of conduct of that service. But today, even public servants could not differentiate between public service, the code of ethics of their public service, differently from being partisan to the governor or the president.
Our time is fast spent, comrade.
Commissioner.
Let's quickly rush up on this particular topic. You've spoken a lot on this attempted coup, this revelation by the Nigerian military. Our time is fast spent. Let's quickly touch on the last topic before we take reactions from our listeners at home. In France, the National Assembly has approved a bill that would ban children under the age of 15 from using social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat due to its impact on their mental health. And the President, Emmanuel Macron, has also backed this, is in support. But let's bring it down home. And there are certain challenges that might be encountered in terms of how to verify the age of a child, and also the need for this move in Nigeria. Do you think it will suffice in Nigeria? Quickly, before we take reactions, please.
Even in the France we are talking about.
Yes.
I am yet to see a gadget with registered ID of the real owner of the gadget being archived somewhere. I am above 18, 15. If I have a device at home registered in my name,
Yeah.
and I hand it over to my child of lesser age, below that,
Below 15.
how will that be verified? But unfortunately, I heard of a terrible incident recently, about a week or thereabout, of a child who got carried away by the media content they consume, and it eventually led to the loss of life of that child. When the news break, I said, oh my God, the media content people consume these days is responsible for the downward trend of our mental health. It's not that this channel, the social media platforms or networks, it's not that they could not be channeled for educational purposes.
Yes.
But the Yorubas will say, Ileti obati nilekun. If you have educational content, religious content, social and value-adding content to share, and you refuse to share it, those who have nonsense to share will definitely share it. Unfortunately, this space we are talking about is an open space that you go there, you draw whatsoever you want to draw. In fact, there are unsolicited contents that pop up at interval in on your device. But these things could be corrected. Let's just put those ones aside. Let's come back to our own gadgets. When you buy a decoder of any brand and you have a screen of any brand, there is a provision for certain station requiring parental guide. How many parents even sit down with their toddlers and children to watch cartoon? During my master's program, I explore the use of social media platform for knowledge sharing practices. We share knowledge, but knowledge is not restricted. Some knowledge could be considered useful to a certain age group.
Yes.
Some could be considered useful to certain professional group. But what type of media content do we expose our children of whatsoever age bracket to, even as parents? Even when you see what some parents watches on their phone, despite the fact that they are of adult age, you feel so sorry. And they are so carried away or so unconscious or so insensitive to the point that they'll be watching the same content with a baby of teen age and the rest of them. And when those one now lay hold on that device or that gadget, what do you think they will fascinate
They will
them?
actually search for that content.
So definitely,
All right.
it's a good move they want to do that. How they will do that, their resources and system could be designed in such a way. But there's one other thing I also discovered too.
Please, can you wrap it up at time?
The global geopolitical outlook is changing gradually.
Okay.
During my master's thesis that I spoke about, I discovered that about 65 to 78% of the social media platform available for us now to use were designed in China. And you know the battle of wit, what trade between the West and the Asia, or the West and the East, I mean the global West and the global East, or global North and the East, is so tensed, and it is either you get punished for being an ally directly or indirectly. Canada will explain that.
Comrade.
Those that are in ally with Iran will explain that to you. But in Nigeria, do we have homegrown?
Comrade, we have to take it home. Our time is fast spent. We have spoken a lot concerning the attempted coup by some elements in the military, as well as the ban of the use of social media by the country of France. Well, the onus, according to our guest, lies on our parents to moderate the use of these social media platforms by the younger ones. And according to Elder Yemi Ashaju, it says the military have denied the coup in the first place because of security reasons. Opening up the coup in the first place may heighten tensions and pave way for the escape of those who are complicit outside the military fold. And our military boys must understand that coup is no more in vogue. And okay, that's that from Elder Yemi Ashaju. Thank you so much for that message. Samuel from Airport, I see your message. I won't be taking it. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Uncle.
Yes,
good
please.
Morning, Sam. More wisdom.
Good morning.
On the line.
Yes, please, quickly.
On the social media, these are fighting.
Yeah.
You know, they made this useful in the white land. Then Nigeria here, most of our youth is misusing it. That's what happened. But they cannot ban them in using it. It's not possible. In the area of the coup, Nigeria needs to be vigilant all areas. And Mr. President, you to do the needful. God will guide us.
All right. Thank you so much, Prophetess Ayodele, for your contribution. Hello, good. Okay.
They are selected social media platform, not all.
Instagram.
For the people of less than 15 years.
Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. These are the major platforms where we see different kind of, at least Facebook, it's somewhat, to an extent, mild in terms of the kind of content being disseminated. Well, on this note, I have to call it a day. My name remains Nedu Okorie. My friends call me Mazio Dogu. Since you are my friend, you can call me Mazio Dogu. And thank you so much, Comrade Joel Afolayan, for coming this morning.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you for having me once again.
All right. Let's do this again tomorrow as Omonike Babatunde handles the fort. Have a